Waking up Singapore.
Gotta get up.
The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Gotta get up.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to The Big Show. Our guest for today and every Monday morning is RockstarArms, Natalie Dau. Good morning, Nat.
Good morning, guys. I think I'm feeling better than all of you today.
I'm actually feeling okay, just a little bit tired, that's all, you know. Like you said, we're not 17 anymore, so not sure why we insist on behaving like 17-year-olds.
Every year after the F1 weekend, we feel like this.
Yeah.
It's that familiar feeling.
And every year I tell myself, okay, I'm done. And then the year comes around and it's like, let's go.
Yes, correct. And then on Mondays, I train with my personal trainer. I'll give him a call. Let's do it in a few days. It's the same story every year.
Yes. But you know what? Thank goodness it only happens once a year. Oh, my goodness.
Nat, you won at the F1 this year?
No, I was racing in Bangkok, so a different kind of racing, a bit healthier at the ASICS Meta Time Trial. So people were setting some records there, but yeah, maybe not quite as fast as the F1 cars.
Oh.
You were being nice and healthy.
Yes.
How was it? How is Bangkok? Did you race around the city or outside the city?
No, in the city. So they actually closed the roads right near Siam Paragon for us. So that we did have to start at 5 a.m. though, so, because of traffic. But it was crazy. So great to race on the roads in Bangkok, which doesn't happen very often, and in the National Stadium.
Oh, wow, lovely.
Did you stay at the Capella Bangkok?
Unfortunately, I did not. That wasn't in ASIC's budget.
It is the number one hotel in the world.
I can't believe it. The number one hotel in the world is in Bangkok. How can I not go and stay at the Capella in Bangkok?
Exactly. You got to make a trip out just to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to say you've done it.
Of course.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're going to be talking about nutrition today, Nat. Macro and micro, right?
Yes, absolutely. And people still don't know what it is.
What is it?
Tell us.
Yeah, so a macronutrient is basically the things that the body requires in large amounts, hence the macro. So to break this down even further, macronutrients make up all of your calorie intake. So think about carbs, proteins and fats, and they're the macronutrients. And then also you can throw in something like fiber and water as well. So everyone's sort of asked, well, what about fruits and veggies? Well, they aren't, but they do contain proteins and carbs, so they do contain macronutrients. And then a micronutrient are the vitamins and minerals that our body needs in little amounts. So think about all the vitamin A through E, calcium, potassium, things like that. But, such small amounts, but if we don't have those things, it can be critical in our body's health.
So how do we know how much to take? How do we measure what we're supposed to take?
Yeah, so, it's one of those things, and that's where supplements come in and no one really knows. And if you're feeling sick or lacking, maybe you're probably lacking in a micronutrient. So things that you can take those general supplements. I take AG1, which covers the 75 of them. So as long as you're getting some in your body, but, even something like vitamin D with the sun, that's a micronutrient that a lot of people are deficient in.
Yeah.
Somehow last week I was feeling a little tired and all because I've been intermittent fasting and all that.
Right.
And that's usually an indication to me, right, that I'm not having enough macro and micro nutrients.
Okay.
And most of it, Natalie, correct me if I'm wrong, can we get from food?
Yes, we can. We can get a lot of it from food, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't eat the right way, so they may need to supplement. Ideally, we get it from food, but just to top it up, especially if we're really active or, like Glenn said, tired or had a big weekend, then sometimes we do need to look externally and get it.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes actually once you know your body, you know exactly
what it needs.
What's going on. You know. Okay, let's work out with Nat, and then we'll talk to Nat a little bit more about macro and micronutrients. Okay. All right, get ready. Nat's gonna kill you today.
Uh-oh.
All right, here's Jisoo with Flower on Kiss 92.
All right, guys. So we are going to do a lateral workout today. So that just means focusing on different sides of our bodies individually. So we're going to do a 3-step run, a curtsy lunge, some mountain climbers, a side plank, and then a bird dog. So we're going to do 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest, and follow along. You need no equipment except a mat today. Getting ready to go, and we're going to do 3 runs and then hold. So 1, 2, 3 and hold. 1, 2, 3 and hold. So this is working on our balance on both sides. So getting into that. So making sure we do stop and pause to hold that balance. Good warm up as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If running's a bit too much for you this morning, then some high knee steps is okay. 1 more round. Good job. Okay, next we're going to do a curtsy lunge. So bringing that leg behind us. Just catch a breath, breathe. Getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1. So lunging behind. So hands just out in front of us is a good place to put them. Helps with your balance as well. Bringing that leg nice and stretched and curtsying down. Really feel that in your hips and your glutes. Good all over body workout today. Good job. One side might be steadier or stronger than the other as usual. All right, let's bring it down to the ground for the last 3 exercises. We're going to do mountain climbers. And we're going to take our time on these. Nothing too crazy and fast. We really want to focus on working those sides up on our toes. All right, so bring that knee to the elbow. Hands are under our shoulders. So as I said, we're not doing fast ones here. We're focused on slow, deliberate movements. Good job, we're halfway there, guys. And we're looking for range of motion as well. So really trying to get that knee to touch that elbow. Good job. Hang with me a few more seconds. I know it's hard. All right. Now we're bringing it down for a side plank. So obviously the next round you would do the other side. We're going to hold it on this side though for 40 seconds. I'll give you some options. Ready to go. All right. So we can do this option. Then if that's a bit too hard, just put your other foot down in front, or else you can have your foot like that. We're doing it on our elbow today. So whatever option works for you, take that. There's no right or wrong, just what you're capable of. And we're just holding it here, making sure our hips are nice and aligned. Arm up or arm on our hips, whatever works. If you need to balance a little bit forward, do, but preferably arm up. All right, good job. And now we're going to finish with a bird dog. So on all fours. And we're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. So really working the brain as well for some coordination. And off we go. So reaching out, extending that arm and leg. Good work. Taking it nice and steady, not a race. Good job. Almost there, 15 seconds, guys, and then we're done. Last few reps. done. Good work. Oh.
Yes, Glenn was working with you.
He's pretending.
Oh, wow. Pretending.
Yeah.
He's pretending. It's all pretending.
Was I or was I not holding on to those dumbbells?
You
That
were
doesn't
holding
mean
on to a
anything.
dumbbell. You were.
A 2-kilo dumbbell.
No, I wasn't doing the exact thing you were doing, Nat. I was doing my, what do you call it, shoulder, I was doing flies.
Nat,
Shoulder laterals.
earlier we were talking about macro and micronutrients and where we can get them. How do we know what we need?
Stay tuned for that. We are going on air with that question.
See how
I'm
good
just
we
saving
set
you
that
the
up?
trouble, Nat, because we got like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We might as well go on
Yeah,
air.
no,
We'll
no
go on there.
problem. That's fine.
Yeah.
I can do some interpretive dance. For
There you go. Folks, starting today, Nat only work out once.
And then
All
dance
right,
dance in the second one.
Yeah. No one wants to see that.
Okay, stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On Woodlands Avenue 2, heading towards Woodlands Avenue 5, look out for an accident. Also on Mulmain Road towards the CTE after Balestier Road, avoid the left lane, another accident. On the PIE towards Tuas, another accident after Jurong Town Hall Road, avoid lane 2. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It is Mondays with RockstarArms Natalie Dau, and thank you very much for that workout, Nat.
Pleasure. It was. I'm sweating. You guys are okay, but I'm suffering.
But we're going to make things easier for you from now on because, we've been together for such a long time. So starting today, you only need to work out once.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, so Nat, I was asking the question. We were talking about macro and micronutrients and where we get them, but how do we know what we need? I mean, how do we know what we're deficient in?
It's a really good question. So obviously you can go off feel and maybe you're not feeling great and people just generally turn to prescription medication or over-the-counter medication. But a really good way to do it is obviously preventative health. Go and get your blood work done and get those things tested. And we don't do that enough. And we can pick up the signs that way very easily, and we can supplement and we can work out what we need. I think another one is if, as Glenn said, if you're down a little bit and if you're feeling low on energy, maybe you're lacking something as well. And it's really hard a lot of times to pinpoint exactly what that is without a blood test. So taking something that makes you feel better is probably the most important thing. So even if it's something a bit more, broad, so you want something that has nutritional health in it rather than, just popping 1,000 different pills and hoping for the best. So take something that you've actually researched and understand what's in it. And if it doesn't make you feel better, then it's off back to see the doctor.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you're feeling weak or under the weather for a prolonged period of time and you've already changed your diet and your eating, then you better get some blood work done.
Yeah, for sure. What about collagen, Nat? I mean, I'm hearing a lot about collagen. It's going into our soups. It's going into our pills. It's everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's the building block for our skin, muscles, bones, and it's actually a type of protein. And obviously, mostly people get it from chicken or fish or things like bone broth. A lot of things that people don't realize is for collagen to be activated properly, we should be taking it with vitamin C. Because otherwise it doesn't activate properly in your body. And we do lose it as we get older. We lose it from smoking and drinking and having ultra-processed foods as well. So do we need to take it? Jury is still out sometimes. The other thing that people say is just eat more protein, because the more you eat, the more protein your body can make as well. So again, totally up to you, but I think it's a little bit unproven in certain areas.
So, but what is collagen supposed to do?
Increase your elasticity.
Yeah, and
basically
skin
it.
and muscles, tendons, ligaments, connective tissue. So it's meant it's the building block for all of those things. So if you do have a ligament injury or something like that, then they do say taking collagen can help, repair that ligament injury. But there's obviously a lot of different types of quality of collagen out there. So again, do your research to pick one that is going to suit you. But I think, drinking the collagen is probably not going to make you look 20 years younger,
Right.
as a lot of people think.
Yeah, or having that, that beauty in the pot as well. They have that collagen soup as well that people are eating.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's in soups and everything.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
those
It's all
extra
over.
calories and MSG and all that. I'm going to my friend
Yeah.
who's an orthopedic surgeon and just ask him to inject my knees
Oh, yeah.
with something.
yeah.
I think they do that as
Yes.
well.
They do.
Yeah.
They do
Yeah.
that.
They do, yeah, PRP, so you can get your own blood cells and then inject it back in. So that actually does
Oh,
work
right.
too.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
but
interesting.
that might sound scary for some people.
Yeah, it sounds scary. Absolutely.
Okay, FD, you had that question for Nat. Did you ask Nat the question?
I've
already?
asked Nat the question.
Let's talk
already.
about apple cider vinegar. Why don't we do that on the Big Show TV?
Apple cider. Oh my
Apples
god.
ACV.
Well, I use it. I use it to control blood sugar.
Every day?
Yeah.
You have it every day.
Yeah.
Okay, there are
Oh my
lots of
God.
people doing it.
I
every
tried
day.
apple cider vinegar once. It burnt my throat.
You're supposed to mix it with water.
Yeah,
really?
you don't take it.
Damn it, now you guys tell
it's
me that.
acid.
Grief.
Glenn, acidic.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's in the name.
Let's continue to talk to Nat on the Big Show TV. It is 8:20.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you.
I was like, all right, 1 tablespoonful of apple cider vinegar.
So, Nat, is it good for you or is it not? Is it a vitamin or a mineral?
It's apple juice, basically. So, apple cider vinegar is just apple juice, but adding yeast turns the sugar into juice and then into alcohol via fermentation. So the bacteria turns the alcohol into the acid, and so that's why it's so acidic, and that's why it gives it vinegar and such a strong smell and taste. Look, everything in moderation. Because of its high acidity, drinking a lot of it can actually damage your teeth so badly. Hurt your throat, upset your stomach. A lot of people take it for weight loss, but it's definitely not a weight loss, answer. But one thing I will say, you do have to watch out because it can interfere with a lot of other medicines that people may be on. So it's one of those random things that have contraindications if you're taking other medicines.
Stop taking apple cider vinegar then, FD.
Why?
Because you take your
But it
supplement.
No,
helps
I
with
checked,
him.
it's okay.
If it helps
I
with
checked
him, it's
it.
okay.
What does your doctor know? He's not a nutritionist. Nat is
Is this
telling you right now.
is this a doctor's thing or is it your own?
No, it's my own. But I checked whether I
Be
can
careful
take it.
because
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar doesn't seem to be as
It is. You've got to dilute it down. Don't
And
take
in
it.
moderation, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's working for you, I'm sure everyone's different.
But is apple cider vinegar healthier than your normal Chinese vinegar that we have, like with food and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more digestible, right? So you could take it in larger quantities than the other. I'm not sure I'd be downing a cup of normal vinegar or even balsamic vinegar. So that all vinegars have some sort of sugar element in them too. But the apple one is a lot more natural.
So the reason why I'm asking is because when I bought my bottle of apple cider vinegar years ago and I had it, I felt like it wasn't for me.
yeah, because
so
you
I-
cannot drink it straight out.
Yeah, so you know what I used
What?
it for?
What?
My hor fun.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
you
Yeah,
should.
it's a vinegar.
I
yeah.
ordered like hor fun, and
Yeah.
instead of the normal vinegar,
Yeah.
I put the apple cider vinegar with the green with some green chili,
Yeah.
and it was so nice. I
Yep.
loved it.
It's vinegar,
So I
so-
started using apple cider vinegar instead of the Chinese.
Chinese
Yeah.
vinegar,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I use vinegar to
Yeah.
clean as well, but it's not the same stuff.
No,
It's true, you
And
can
dressing, salad dressing, it's a good
Yep.
option as a healthy salad dressing.
Instead of balsamic. Because
So-
balsamic, I feel it's a lot more sugar in it, right?
It's a lot of sugar. People think balsamic vinegar is healthy, but there's a ton of sugar in it. That's why
Yeah.
it tastes so good. Yeah, but
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar great for salads. So it's not gonna hurt you. It's just everything in moderation. And if it works for you and stops you bloating or whatever, it's a bit like it's fermented, so it's a bit like having a kombucha or something as well.
Yep.
So if it agrees with you, then keep on doing it.
Make sure it's got the mother in the bottle, though.
Yes.
What mother?
The mother.
Okay, it's like a sediment that you
Yeah.
see.
Oh,
in the
like
bottle.
that darkness.
the kombucha.
Yeah,
The
It needs
SCOBY and the
mother.
mother, yeah.
It needs
It needs
the
the
mother in.
mother.
All right.
Yeah. You like, I went to, when I was at in Koh Samui 2 weekends ago and watched kombucha making, and my husband was so shocked to find out about this SCOBY thing. He was just like,
Was he grossed
it's
out?
alive? And I'm
grossed
like,
out.
yeah, it's alive. You got to feed it and treat it well, and it gets sad and it gets happy. And he's just like, oh, I'm never drinking kombucha again.
Nat, I'm getting a bit bored with my weekly workouts, and I'm also getting bored with my diet. Do you know any nutritionists or something? I just
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I can give you a good one that'll mix it up for you. Absolutely, and it depends on what your goals are, right? So to say I want to mix my eating up, it's like, do you want to get fitter? Do you want to build some muscle? So I think you need to have a goal before you just say I'm bored.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know
yes,
exactly what I
otherwise-
want.
Yeah.
Because I've been intermittent fasting and all that to get to a certain weight, and now that I'm at a certain weight, I want to get leaner. I want to get and to do that, I need more nutrition.
Yes. And
You
you've
know.
got to be more disciplined, so then it's just not very much fun. So you have to be ready for that.
You have to
Oh.
cut the alcohol and no more drinking.
What?
Yeah, you have to because,
Seriously?
it's
Yeah.
boring on that side as well.
Yeah, it's gonna. I think the alternative is way more boring than what you're on now.
Okay, then I'll have to reconsider then.
No, but I think you
There's
could,
no
I mean,
point being unhappy. Like I've been very
You're happy,
but I'm
right?
just bored. I get bored easily.
but
you
I
know?
think you could also tell the nutritionist or the PT or whoever it is that I want to drink X amount of days.
Yep.
Everything in moderation,
Yes.
right? Say you do 3 days of drinking or whatever, but still be able to sort of meet your targets in terms of diet and stuff.
Right.
I don't think you have to
Yeah,
change
yeah.
your life fully. You're not going to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You're
No.
not going to go professional. So.
And you don't have to turn into Brian Johnson, who was here
No,
last
my
week.
God.
Oh
Yes,
my
yes.
goodness.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't. But for $300 a month, you too could be on his protocol.
No, that's okay.
Bet you he doesn't have a Guinness stout after a workout.
No, he probably does not.
No.
Actually, that's the one thing
No.
I feel really bad about because my trainer always, we train, right? We have a really tough session. He says, go back and have a protein shake. You know?
Uh-huh.
And I go back, I have a Guinness stout. instead.
It's got protein in it somewhere.
Exactly.
That's okay.
But the thing is, did you lie to him and say you're going to go and have a protein
Yes.
shake? Oh, that's what you should be upset with. And he
Yeah,
should be
yeah,
upset
like-
with you.
Well, you've broken up now, so it's okay.
He's probably listening in now. Good morning, Aziz.
No, temporarily. I just said I'm a bit bored. I need a bit of a break. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Going back on air.
We were just creatures in heaven. We were just creatures in heaven.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the TPE towards the SLE, look out for a broken down vehicle after Tampines Avenue 12's exit. Also on Woodlands Avenue 2, an accident has been spotted right after Woodlands Avenue 5. Look out for that. If you spot anything else, it's 88550920.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We gotta let Natalie go in just a while, but before we let you go, because we've been talking about macronutrients and micronutrients and all that, and there are people who are tuned in right now who don't know how to start. You know, they've probably been on a very bad diet, maybe on one of those trendy diets and all that, and they want to get back to some form of normality. How can they get back to, eating well? Where do they go to find out a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts slowly, make slow changes each day. Don't change your whole diet and go on something crazy day one. I think if we look at our macros, 50% of our calories should come from carbs, 30% from protein and 20% from fat. So that's just a good round number. But that can be confusing to a lot of people. So my top tip is eat things that don't come in packets, eat fresh food where you can, eat 3 balanced meals a day, and eat about 2/3 of what you think you need to eat. So just cutting back quantity is going to have a huge impact. And write down every single thing you eat in a day, and you'll be shocked with all the little snacking bits. So that spoonful of peanut butter or handful of nuts, or extra can of Coke that you drink, or sweet tea or whatever, that's going to really add on to those calories. So being a bit honest will help.
Carbs is always a big question mark for many, many people. But when you talk about carbs just now, you're not talking about simple carbs, obviously. Where would white rice, which
Simple
category
carbs.
would white
Simple.
rice fall in? Simple,
Yeah,
right?
simple.
Yeah,
I mean-
simple, yeah.
You need your brown rice or your black rice to make it complex carbs.
Yes, correct. And so and fruit and vegetables fall into carbs as well. So when we say carbs, you've got to think anything that has a little bit of sugar is going to be a carbohydrate. So don't just think that it's a piece of bread or rice or noodles. And even things like sweet potato or normal potato obviously are all carbs. So they're not bad. Everyone should be eating carbs, but just choose those good ones rather than the processed ones.
Right.
Okay.
All right, 2 bowls of white rice yesterday.
Oh,
I love white rice so
yeah.
much.
That's a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Nat, for joining us as always.
Thank you, guys. Have a great week ahead. Bye.
You too.
See
Bye.
you next week.
Coming up very soon, our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Lee Nien Jo. Meantime, here's Madonna with Hung Up on Kiss 92.
Time goes by, so
Time goes by so
So
quickly.
quickly. And here
Nien
he
Jo is back
is.
with us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Did
Hello,
you
good
F1 over the weekend?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you went?
What'd you do?
No, not about on TV.
Okay, Nien Jo, adjust. No, the other way.
The other way. Come towards me.
A bit more.
There
Okay.
you go.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Hello again.
Did you expect Norris to win? Because we predicted Norris
Yeah, we
actually last week
predicted
when we were asked.
I think so.
Really?
thought
Which
so.
team do you support actually?
I don't. I just enjoy the
sport.
the race itself.
But it was boring, right? Like yesterday?
Yeah.
Really boring.
Everyone
man.
got that.
The most boring Singapore
Yeah.
F1 race.
Without
Ever.
incident. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
thought the safety car didn't get any mileage yesterday.
Yeah. None at all.
Those
Yeah.
beautiful safety cars.
I much prefer when it was the SLS though.
Yeah.
Now it's what is it? Are they using Gs? It was the different one.
The GTs.
yeah,
They're
it's
using
the
GTs now.
GTs, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say this to Singapore GP. We're not knocking the race. We're just being honest. This year, the race was without any incident,
No,
so it was boring.
yeah, and
we're
we're
not
not
saying the whole thing is boring.
No,
because
no,
these
no.
days, selective hearing.
And we're
better
not-
clarify.
And we're not
And-
saying
and I
we
did
wish
say
there
it
was an accident or
wasn't-
anything, but it was just there was no competition.
Yes.
At all. The
Yeah.
guy was so far ahead that everybody was just like eating his dust and that was it.
Correct.
There was no competition.
The whole F1 event, solid. Still solid. But the race,
Boring.
Well, I think if you are a McLaren fan, the race wasn't boring.
Of course. 1 and 3.
Yeah, 1 in 3,
But
the race is not boring.
I think it's hard to actually. Well, I mean, to watch, yeah, it's not exactly the most exciting thing. But you think about it, if we know that Lando Norris took the checkered flag and all, right? But he was obviously trying pretty hard because he had a few close
Of course.
shaves.
Yes,
you know,
he
did.
Wow, this guy's like really trying. He's not like I'm going through the motions. I got a date after this or something like that. He's really
Yeah.
going for it.
Yeah.
So it's not that simple. For me, the highlight was actually maybe after the race when watching all the interviews.
Yeah.
Right, specifically was Daniel Ricciardo, who looks
Sad.
really sad.
Yeah.
Like really
Yeah.
tough. It was hard to watch.
But
Yeah.
Lando Norris as well, he was interviewed and I think it was David Coulthard that was saying, was it because you were going so fast and nervous because he was hitting the wall a couple of times,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
Kissed
he
the wall a few
kissed the
times.
wall a few times. He goes, "Oh, maybe I was just too relaxed because he was so far ahead, so he was
Yeah.
kind of like falling asleep or something." you
correct.
know?
And he takes orders really well. No, you notice at one point, his team told him to keep at least a 5 second gap between him and Verstappen.
And what
because
did
at
he
the
do?
start it was like 2. So immediately you could see him do
Move
that.
up, yeah.
And after a while he was like 20 seconds
That's
in
crazy.
front of Verstappen.
Yeah.
And even at the end, 1, 2, 3, they're all like 20 seconds apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, if
crazy.
anything, it shows the superiority of one team
Yeah.
and the messiness of the others when it comes to strategy.
Yeah, that's true.
very
And I was there at the Padang Grandstand yesterday, and I was falling asleep, man. Let me just tell you, because we look at the screen and it says 20 seconds apart. When you're watching, it feels
A
like
long time.
Okay, there goes Lando. Okay, where's Verstappen?
Looking at your watch.
Almost feels like 30 seconds later, Verstappen comes.
Yeah.
And then another 30 seconds later, you know,
And then a
followed
whole
by,
batch of cars
Yeah,
coming,
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, it was really boring. I just wished, like, you know, Norris would have crashed into the wall.
no.
Remember last year? I was there as well. I was at the Marina Bay Grandstand, Bayfront Grandstand, and George Russell that last lap,
That last
and
lap.
he crashed. Oh, I mean, I support Mercedes, but that made the whole
Yeah, but we don't
race.
wish for crashes. I'm
Oh,
just
I
thinking,
wish for crashes
no,
all the time.
No, we don't wish for crashes. Like
you got-
Singapore is hard. You can't overtake, right? There's certain bits that
Yeah,
you
they're
can.
constantly looking for parking
Yeah.
for 63 laps.
There's a little bit that
Yeah.
they can, but other than that, once you're ahead, you're ahead, right?
But you
I
gotta
think
get
what-
your money's worth. I mean, come on.
No,
You're paying like
crashes.
$1,000
Crashes.
for
People
us.
die in crashes. Don't
Not-
wish for
Please,
crashes.
F1 cars are very safe these days.
I think what we needed to see yesterday that we didn't see was more competition.
Exactly,
There
that's
was
what I'm talking
way
about.
too much of a gap between
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
The competition.
But I thought, as a fan of the sport itself, is actually noticing how these young ones, right? I mean, they're little sputs out there. They're really, really young
they're really
drivers,
good. Yeah.
and they're out driving. I mean, who is it? I still can't commit his
Alonso?
name to. No. Oh yeah, him
Alonso.
too.
Yeah,
he's still
Alonso,
there.
Yeah, so
Hamilton,
there's at
they're
least
all
like
the
it
old
feels like
men.
there are 5 generations of drivers
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
grid now, and
Yeah.
everyone is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? And I
Yeah.
think just watching that from again for the sport, you go like, wow, these people are amazing. From whether you are, what is he, a teenager, the youngest one, to the oldest one, the Alonso of this world, and suddenly even Lewis Hamilton used to be a young
A
one,
young
feels
one.
like
Yeah.
hey, he's the grandfather around.
You know,
now.
Piastri
Yeah.
was actually the youngest until
Until yesterday.
Colapinto came
Yes.
about.
Yeah.
You know, I think he, if I'm not mistaken, is 21 or something like that.
Piastri is like 23 or something.
Look, but we at Mercedes are going to have the youngest driver
ever.
of all time.
It's a strange pronoun.
He's 17, 18 years old, no?
Yeah.
Kimi Antonelli?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
that? I think
Yeah.
how old was Max? I can't remember. Max was also really, really young
I
when he
think
first started
he
out.
started sub
Like,
20 as well. They needed an exemption
Yeah.
for him.
yeah, I
Yeah, so
think
he
maybe
wasn't
18.
legal to drive on the road, but
Right.
he could drive these
Yeah.
aircraft.
So it's really
Yeah.
exciting. I'm
Yeah.
really, really excited
Yeah.
to see, you know, these young ones race.
So I think as a sport, it is amazing. It's tremendous.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, on the side of that, you got all the soap operas around it before and after the race.
Of course,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
I think next year maybe we should make our circuit a little bit narrower.
No.
no, make it shorter.
Shorter,
As
I
in
think.
fewer
Yeah,
laps.
fewer laps.
You get
62
people.
is a lot.
You set people on fire.
You know, I pity them. You know, they are always so tired.
They
after
lose
the,
like 3 to
after the
5
race.
kilos after because it's
No,
so
everywhere
hot.
else, so they lose.
No,
3 to
but
5.
the heat
here in
here is
Singapore, I
crazy.
think it's more than that.
Well, they mentioned it yesterday, so
Yeah.
it's a lot of kilos they
It's a
lose.
hard race for them.
Yes.
It
You
is.
know, most of the time, and we managed to complete it
Okay, coming.
in time
Yeah.
as well.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards Tuas after Tampines, look out for a vehicle that's broken down. Also on the PIE towards Tuas as well, after Jurong Town Hall Road, look out for an accident. This one is causing a bit of backup. Avoid lane 2 wherever you are today. Stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Linian Joe, our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times. Sorry, we were talking about the F1 race earlier on. Today we're supposed to talk about
Warranties on cars.
Yes,
Warranty
warranty
disputes
restrictions
and-
specifically.
Yeah.
So this is something that I found out after. The background is, so normally if you buy a new car, and only a new one will come with warranties. This warranty might be from the manufacturer or whoever it is that sold you the car. They can run from 3 to 5 years. The thing is, you go back to them and you say you have there's something is wrong with my car, and you realize that the people who sold you the car, sometimes they put in restrictions.
Okay.
That says that, because your car was fixed outside, it was touched by another workship, we're going to void your warranty.
Right.
And the risk for consumer is pretty high because you don't claim warranty. I mean, yes, you can claim warranty for small things like, I don't know, there's a scratch on my mirror or something,
Okay.
but so is an engine. A really, really expensive thing. And this is the situation where consumers have probably been used to the idea that the seller tells me, oh, you better don't take it outside for servicing, because if so and so touch your car, we're going to avoid a warranty. Then
I've been told that as well. So if you buy for an authorized agent, right, you can't service it outside, not even once.
But they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
So this is something that was...
They're not allowed to say
they're
that.
Not allowed to. Well, they're not allowed to say that, hint that, or even tell you that to scare you.
Oh, you mean I can actually do it?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
But is it not in the fine print of what you sign?
They are not allowed to put in fine prints that restrict you. That's this thing with warranty restrictions.
Wow, this is...
And this is the law.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm going to give my agent a call.
I don't think anyone knew this.
No, yes.
Actually,
Because they always
this
say
came
that.
out in 2017, I believe, and it did cause quite a kick up quite a fuss. Everybody's like, oh, I didn't great. Now the problem is, I mean, now we are many years later, right? This is 2024. There's still incidences where there are these little sneaky little lines that sneak into your contracts, and you buy the car.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's not allowed, you said.
They're not allowed.
Okay,
there
so
were-
if they ever say, oh, we know that you've been out there because this oil, perhaps engine
Yeah.
oil, is not what we use.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, your warranty is now void.
Yes and
can't.
no.
Then you go to court.
Yes and no.
Oh.
Yes and no, because so for the warranty to be in place, right, you have to play by the rules. So in this case, say like Glenn, you bring your car out to an independent workshop out there.
Okay.
The workshop has to then invoice and itemize it precisely that I use
Exactly the same.
exactly the same spec. In the case of oil, if it's 4.9 liters, you better put down 4.9 liters. Don't say 5. You know, because this will be the rules. Because then from the authorized workshop, the distributor's workshop, they go like, okay, you played by the rules, use original parts,
Yeah.
you've done exactly as you should. I can't
Fault you.
Yeah, I can't fault you.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything has to be done according to the specifications.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
okay.
but crucially, it's because you and I can take our cars outside the official network. Naturally, you like to think that the official guys also can't take you on a trip, lah. They can't charge you exorbitantly and what have you.
Right. But if you
Okay.
go to a dirty workshop, for example, then the workshop guy will go like, I think I'll change it, different oil or something, so that
That's-
he'll have to
yeah.
come back to me.
No, don't go there. Don't go there. Yeah. So I mean, the back to it is that. So I also asked the case, right? That's the body that you and I will complain to when you have problems, and there seems to be a slight uptick in number of complaints about this problems with getting their warranty claims cleared with the distributors. So past couple of years, yes, it's a handful. I mean, I think it peaked at about 11 cases a year in 22. It was, but the point is that how many of us will complain if you didn't know that you can't?
Yeah.
Right? That you're actually entitled to do this. So I get the sense that even when there's maybe a lot of us who are ignorant about this rule or this law are not even going to take it to the due process to get it fixed. Yeah. So I think that it is a bit disturbing in the sense that this has been around for so many years.
Yeah.
And it is still not the common knowledge
Right.
that vehicle owners have this right.
Because they don't know.
Yeah, but I just say only lah. I
Say
mean,
what?
there are perks to servicing your car back with your authorized dealer. You can sit down, have a coffee, have some food.
So
you know.
then my question would be, why would people even go to outside workshops? Cheaper?
I think it's a mix of reasons. So from what I gather is, number one, from the authorized workshop perspective, right, they have also upped their game. Because now if they mistreat you, as it were, or treat you less than the emperor that you are, you're gonna go somewhere else.
Right.
So they
Yeah.
up their game. And when I talk about upping the game, it's not just I just improved the coffee beans at the machine at the cafe and whatnot. It is about pricing. It is about making it more convenient.
Yeah.
So independent workshops, I guess one of the big things besides being perceived as being cheaper is that it is typically more convenient. You don't have to make a booking and say, come in 2 weeks time and all that. Just drive in, the hoist is empty. Okay, I'll take you in. Half an hour can take your car out. What I've noticed then with the distributors, they too have these quick service sort of setups as well.
Yeah.
So they're closing the gap. So who gains in the end? I like to think that it's consumers.
Consumers, yeah.
Where you have this
Choice.
nearly as convenient, nearly or not quite as much more expensive. So price wise, it's comparable, and you go like also the assurance that you're being treated well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
But
wants
I've had
that.
enough over the years of spending time in dirty industrial estates. You know, because most workshops are there. What, you know,
Yes.
you're like, okay, leave your car there, and then sometimes take a taxi home, and then go back.
Go
to that
sit at the
area,
coffee
but-
shop and have a coffee or
You know what I
something.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's continue to talk to Nian Joe on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's David Archuleta. Remember this guy?
From Idol.
Yeah, from
Yes.
Idol. This is Crush on Kiss 92. Yeah, but this is a good thing, man, that you're telling us.
So is CASE now called Competition Consumer Commission of Singapore? That's a different one?
That's a regulatory
CCCS?
body.
Okay.
Yeah, so the
okay.
regulatory body is the one that's telling the industry, the motor traders, get in line. Remind you that, years ago we told you can't, or notice that some of you have started sneaking it in. So so they issued a reminder, and after that, reminder is not enough. They went and tell the media that they reminded the industry.
So what happens if you sign a contract and say you see this clause? Can you go to who would you
Who
go
do you
to?
go to?
Well, first and foremost, you shouldn't sign it.
Yeah, but you know how people don't read these things. They don't read every single line. I'm sure it's like hidden somewhere in
this
a
is
paragraph.
a good point. So I guess the if that becomes a problem, you got to take it to CASE.
You gotta take
Because
it to
CASE is the
okay.
body that we will interact with as consumers, and they're supposed to stand up for rights. So then it might go through some sort of a small claims or the due process if there is deemed to be some kind of a loss. So somebody actually I spoke with who's a motorist. He had a car that is void. His warranty was void years ago because he did not follow the service interval recommendation, and he claims that it was like an innocent mistake. He forgotten that, say, 15,000 kilometer interval he's supposed to go back in. He missed it by
A few kilometers or
a
something.
couple of kilometers. And then the distributor said, hey, hang on, because of this, I'm going to void a warranty.
Oh,
That's
no.
Oh, that's
unfair.
gross.
Oh.
Yes and no, because the rules did say that you
Play
need
by
to-
the
you need
rules,
to
you
play by
said.
the rules. Yeah. So if and the recommendation from the manufacturer and the distributor's workshop, who follows the manufacturer's recommendation, says 15,000. There must be some concern. If you take it to 16, take it to 500,000.
But there must be some leeway
Yeah,
as well,
So by the
right?
book, by the letter, he didn't have recourse. He did miss his interval.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nobody
so-
called him also.
So this is the fun part, because he only found out that he lost his warranty. The warranty is void when he went back the next time, and he said, "Oh, so and so, you've missed your interval, so we can't. Your car is out of warranty." So he jumped. Yeah. Then the what he did then was that there was a possibility to extend, or rather, buy warranty to put it back in place. And that cost him money. Where
Like
they did some
Apple Care.
checks. Yeah, well, Apple Care you can't do after it's,
Yeah,
it's
that's
finished,
true,
right?
after
So
the
this
fact,
is
yeah.
kind of after you lapse.
Yeah.
Then you buy this extended warranty again, and that cost him money, and that was the point that he took to court.
Okay.
He won it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Did
won,
he get it
okay.
from a parallel importer?
No, it's
or
official.
Official.
Yeah,
right?
should not
this
be
is the
named.
thing.
Just no, I mean I just mentioned that because sometimes your parallel importers have bad reputation.
Yes.
But actually, it's not the case. I mean, more and more now, I see a lot of parallel importers who are very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he's
this-
saying they're
I-
upping the game as
Yeah,
well.
but I go back to what you said. He didn't even get a call when he missed his service thing. But that is service.
But it's not their duty to call
I
you
know,
and
but it
remind you
is-
and be your PA.
it
No,
is
but Apple will
service.
remind me as well.
So you have an app
But it's service that
you pay for
you pay for. That it's service that keeps you as a customer.
Yeah.
after sales service.
Yeah.
So it is not the best part of service.
Yeah.
But they're also not wrong.
Yeah,
to
to
be
not-
fair.
yeah.
Your friend was a woman, or?
This
Man or
is actually
woman?
a person I found was calling up contacts and all. I
Yeah.
think non-gender.
No, because I know women, they always forget their
Oh, wow,
servicing. It's
okay.
true. It's true.
Okay.
Really?
True. Not like men. Men after 7,000 already,
I'm
you want to.
leaving this room now. This is dangerous.
Yeah.
You'll be. I like to live dangerously.
Oh,
But I mean, I come back to whether it's you're buying a car from a parent importer or authorized distributor. I think we have to also. It's timely to recognize that the state of play is not the sort of perception if you bought a car 10, 20 years ago. You talk about oily workshops, for example. There are, number one is many of these industrial areas are getting torn down, right? The land is being repurposed. But for the purpose of this story, I've spoken with people who run these workshops. You visit them and you go, hang on a second, why am I not falling down when I'm visiting you? Because the floor is actually dry.
yeah.
Right?
That's a hazard in itself.
Yeah. But there is this. There's been a change if you consider that. Look, with new car registrations, I think we have passed about 1/3 of the cars being registered go through parent importers. So if there's so many cars that are sold not from your authorized distributors, are these cars all getting thrown into oily workshops to be serviced? I think that cannot be the case. So even in terms of the independent workshops out there, they are also in this competition to level up. And beyond that, the parent porters also have this arrangement. Some of the bigger ones have their own workshops. Others, they work with independent workshops that says, no, your shop is my appointed workshop to take care of the cars that I give a warranty to. Right? So I think consumers shouldn't be kind of like accepting, because my car is not bought from an authorized distributor, I should accept the oily grease monkey who leaves his body odor over my seat when he works on the car. So it is not a given. I think we should expect more better service.
Once again, I digress a little bit. This year at the Formula One, everybody had around me body odor.
And you know what? That's what Cheyenne was saying. She said the Formula One, the events around it, smelt.
No, you know why? No, because she was just agreeing with me because I
But
brought
she
it
said
up
it was
first.
smelly.
Yeah, just-
They
You
should
just need to
remember
revise the
that.
formula.
The way you say Cheyenne, like you're gonna get her into trouble.
I'm not getting her in
I think
trouble.
you cannot tell her
everybody-
anything.
Huh?
No?
Oh, nonsense.
I always protect my girls.
I think
Okay, anyway.
everyone at next year's Grand Prix, as they come through the gates,
Deodorant.
should be given.
Yeah,
deodorant.
man, please, okay?
Should be
Apply
sprayed down.
deodorant,
Yeah.
bring an extra shirt, wash your clothes properly.
Hang them
All of
dry
y'all,
properly.
You know, oh my god, I
No, I
almost
think-
vomited.
But a lot of those shirts, correct me if I'm wrong, are racing shirts, right? Of different teams.
Yeah, I mean, and some of them.
And those
That's
those
not-
shirts stay in a cupboard for an entire year.
Yeah,
No,
no,
no.
excuse
Stop making
though.
excuses
No
for them.
excuse.
Every-
No, I'm just saying,
Okay.
you're right. They should be washed.
No
they
excuse.
should be put, as in the person
The human should be washed.
should have, jumped into the washing machine also. Quite frankly, all of you stunk.
So what they should do at
Okay.
the entrances, right, is have them all lift their arms up and just go around this machine that sprays.
It didn't
the-
help that the padang stunk as well.
Oh, why did the padang stunk?
Okay, stank.
Stank. Stinked.
No, it was
Stinking.
stinky, right? It was like under whatever they placed over the padang,
Yeah.
right? Underneath there was cow dung.
It was wet the night before, wasn't it? On
Yeah,
Friday it
it's
was
probably
like
wet,
really
yeah.
But
rainy as
still,
well.
it was just the whole padang
Ugh,
stank of cow
disgusting.
dung.
Ew.
So
That was this year's F1 race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smelly.
Anyway. No. Okay, anyway. Yeah, once again, Singapore GP, we're not saying that the F1 event was a
Stunk.
bad one. We're just saying that the race was boring
And some more.
and the padang stank
Oh man.
and the people stank.
Oh
as
my
well.
goodness.
End of the day, it was a fabulous weekend of racing.
You know where FD stands with
FD
this
is
one.
always lying.
Yeah.
Nobody believes you anymore.
Hey,
FD.
you know, I
Fabulous
I think
weekend
it
of
was
racing.
great. It was McLaren dominance. It was great.
All
You
right.
like McLaren?
That was Lay with Psychic right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. There was a major argument going on the Big Show TV early on. FD versus the world.
Yeah,
I
he's
just,
on his own.
I just think it was a great weekend of racing. It was McLaren dominance. It was something that a lot of people wanted to see, and they got what they saw.
Let me just
And
tell
then
you
wait,
what
wait,
was fun.
You didn't hear Nianjo's question to him.
Sorry, Nianjo,
What was
go
you
ahead.
say? Are you a McLaren
Are
fan?
you a McLaren fan today?
Now I am.
See, it's as if
fair
today
weather.
he is. Yeah, fair weather. Exactly. Exactly.
I have become a McLaren fan this season. I have never been a McLaren fan.
But you've
prior.
always
not
been a
like
Renault
Not during the
fan.
glory days of Kimi Räikkönen. Wait,
No,
oops.
no. I have
Häkkinen.
I have never been a McLaren fan.
Oh,
No, I haven't.
What were you before?
But Renault.
Renault.
I was always a
Alpine,
Renault
huh?
fan.
Then you
So-
should squad Alonso or what?
But he's Aston Martin, so different.
Okay. How is McLaren not different from Renault?
I like this new breed of young racer we've got.
Okay.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Fair
I
enough.
do like the young breed.
Fair enough. But it was not a good
To you.
race last night.
To you.
Okay. Look at him.
Yeah,
Like, not
McLaren
satisfied,
fan.
like,
Right? Yeah,
I
he's a
throw this
McLaren
bell.
McLaren fan, yeah. He's living the papaya now.
But I tell you what was good fun, and I think kudos to Susie Wolf, who's the managing director of the F1 Academy
Yes.
right now.
Really
Yes.
good.
The women's
Yes,
races
absolutely.
were
Really
so much
Absolutely.
fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
very
really,
good
really
racing.
good.
Yeah. I think it was Abby Pulling, if I'm not mistaken,
Abby Pulling.
who's in the lead, very dominant right
Nice.
95 points now in the championship. She's doing really well.
now. Okay. Thank you very much, Nianjo, for joining us. Before you go, anything we missed out on?
No, we're good.
We're good?
We're good.
I'm trying a Verstappen conference now. Nope.
Oh,
No, yes, yeah,
One,
yeah, no,
one word
no,
answer.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I like Verstappen now. He seems to have grown up a little bit more. I mean, he's very much more pleasant now than he was before. Before he was very combative, very
very
But
grouchy.
he's now really nice. I mean, did you see the three of them in the room yesterday? The way
Chatting
they were talking?
after, yeah.
And actually having, I'm thinking about it, right? I think they all just hate Hamilton. Whenever Hamilton is in the room, you notice
They're all
how
quiet.
It's generation gap.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, it
the
is.
gap is a little bit too big.
Okay, what is he now? 39, 40?
Yeah.
Hamilton. So,
Yeah.
like you said, he's like grandfather to
Yeah.
everybody else.
I think he might flop at Ferrari.
Oh, well,
Hamilton.
let's hope for the
Because
best.
poor
I hope
Leclerc,
not.
Hamilton is going to bully Leclerc. I hope
So
not.
wait and see.
I hope not. Anyways, okay, thank you very much, Nanjo.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Coming up, headline news in sports. But before that, Calvin Harris featuring Rihanna. This is what you came for.
All the great songs.